Here we go. Let's get those wonderful toys.
Are you playing in the bathtub with your little doll?
Action figure!
I can do it for the will. I don't want to go through life being a wonder wheel murderer.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Collectible Past where we're getting ready to talk about some good old-fashioned toys. Those collectibles that actually cost us so much money, some of them that are quite shocking. There's always some amazing stuff that we all wind up picking up as being collectors. There are so many things that we actually have on our list of to grab, and then there's other things that just kind of catch us by surprise when we pick them up, and then sometimes we're absolutely blown away. Other times we want to smash that damn thing against the wall like it's one of those wall crawlers. But that is neither here nor there. I want to thank everybody that's already stopped into the chat and has been hanging out with us. And before the stream got started, of course, Superfan was in there with the Wiener Dog Clan. Chaos Hoy also hanging out in the chat, man. The pigs are doing good, and I hope you are too. And yeah, we all know about Toilet Tube. Gap After Dark also hanging out in the chat. DJ Play Nice also hanging out as well. Pacific 414, Mike is in the house. What is going on, guys? Remember to go ahead and share the links out there to let everybody know that we're going, because YouTube, they just don't know how to stop the games, man. They always got to play the games. They're very specious against this pig. They hate me. I am the most hated guinea pig in the world. I don't weak often, but when I do, it's memorable. But we're also joined, of course, by my co-host. Let's kick it off with Vinnie, Art.
What's up, everybody? By the way, tomorrow I'm going to be playing the Dos Equis videos. I'll be playing them on Rumble tomorrow, so tune in to find out what we're talking about. But yes, man, it's awesome to be here. And it's funny. I feel like Tommy this week. I did a review on something he normally does. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, folks.
Always awesome. Thanks, as always, Vinnie, for being here with us and being co-host. We also got the super fan, Adam Shawhan, and the Wiener Dog Clan up in the house. What's going on, Adam?
What's going on, man? Just happy to be here, and let's roll out some toy and that beautiful, beautiful, hard worked on guinea pig footage.
Appreciate that, buddy, man. The guinea pigs are always hard at work. Our paws are usually tired right before this stream is getting ready to air. And, of course, we're joined by one of our other co-hosts. We got Slasher McSplitter in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing?
We're hanging in there, man. We're hanging in there. It's, hey, you know how it is. You've seen it out there.
Yep. Living the dream. Living the dream.
Living the dream. Living the dream. I tell you what, man, I feel like I'm living the dream every time I pick up a freaking toy that actually hits all the freaking marks. But before we get to that wonderful review that is coming a little bit into the show, as always, I'm going to kick this off with some old school stuff. Indy, hard at work again. This was something that was actually requested to be done by a few different people. One of the last persons that I should say asked for this particular toy line to be talked about. was our good buddy Steeg. Well, good old Steeg Kenobi asked for this one. Steeg, you asked for it, whether you're out there right now or whether you see it on the replay. Man, this one is for you. How many of you guys remember this toy line? Indie, take over, Pig.
How you can
Greetings, humans. This is Indy. Welcome back to Toys from the Past. On today's Toys from the Past, we will be talking about a toy line from Mattel that released in 1985 called the Wheeled Warriors. You may know this one better from its cartoon adaptation called Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Now, they originally released the Wheeled Warriors toy line, and they wanted a cartoon to help each faction. The heroic Lightning League featured vehicles with a futuristic-inspired aesthetic, complete with gray bodies, chrome engines, and unique clear grayish canopies. In contrast, the evil monster minds had vehicles entwined in vines and adorned with bestial faces. What made them unique was their versatile chassis, which could be assembled in various orientations to change the vehicle's height on any of its included 3 matching pairs of wheels. What was very interesting was the use of a forked peg connector, which made it easy to attach or detach parts without the need for twisting or pressing, resulting in many figures not breaking. This toy line and cartoon associated with it did not last very long. By 1986, the plug was pulled. Everybody cites the disparity between the toy line itself and the cartoon, which was so loosely based on the toy line that there was too much disparity between the continuities of both, which led to poor sales, and Mattel had pulled the plug.
I know that one seems kind of end abruptly, but I was running out of pig time. But yeah, go ahead, Slasher.
No, that was dumb that they didn't keep the name for the cartoon just plain Wheeled Warriors.
Yeah.
Shot them in the foot. Like,
Well, I mean, the whole thing is the whole Jace. I mean, it's like what they did with a lot of those cartoons. Like you talk about Mask, like the kid and the robot didn't exist in the toy line. It was created
they picked
after.
up later on. Yeah. Yep.
Right. Same thing with Orko and He-Man.
Orko and Prince Adam. See?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a whole lot of things they changed in the cartoons, and then sometimes they might add toys down the road. Unfortunately, this one didn't last very long. It had a really cool concept and idea, premise behind it, but yeah, it was another one, man. There were so many of these toy lines that came out in the 80s and even the early 90s that they just failed to grab everybody, and they gravitated right to the dustbin of forgotten toys for a very long time. But with all the different companies that are rebooting a lot of these older franchises, I would not be shocked to see, because Mask is coming back, Street Sharks already came back, and Robo Force, right? Cops is coming back again. Yeah. Like, there's so many of these ones that are getting new, like Boglins. There was another one. Who thought that they would try to bring Boglins back in the 2020s?
I forgot they're trying to bring those back.
So many of them have been coming back.
Hold on. I think Chris's people were cheering on the Boglins. I'm just saying.
But you never know. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, I mean, they look
toys
kind of
were
familiar.
cool. I never owned any of the toys, but I had friends that did, and they looked awesome.
Something about it were kind of familiar. I can't say that we had any either. But yeah, it was kind of neat.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Dinosaur, man. Good to see you. Yeah, well, we were talked about Inhumanoids. God, I don't even remember how many months ago it was at this point, but I did a segment on it at one point. Gap
you
After Dark.
Right? You did Centurions not too long ago, didn't you?
Well, Centurions was actually a long time ago, I think. I don't think I've done a modern rehash, but I would have to check through all my clips to know that for sure. Gap now wants us vintage collectors passed away. What are they going to hit with figures or play sets or vehicles the next generation? Yeah, unfortunately, you see what the next generation is into. This about nothing. So what is really going to tickle their fancy? Early cell phones? What, like beepers? Maybe that'll hit the nostalgia vibe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The pagers. That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's my opening salvo. I've got one more here for you, and then we're going to hit a commercial break, and then I'm going to hand it off to one of these fine gentlemen, and I'll let you know what's going on. Now, this one's it's old school. It's not about a franchise in particular. It's just some of more of the old school shit that we have in the back. Always fun to, like, when you're looking through one crate and then you wind up finding some other shit, and like, I should show that off. I don't think I've ever showed it off before, but here we go with an old school toy show off. Welcome back for this old school show off. So we're going to start off with something that's not exactly toys, but this is old school. Still sealed. Unfortunately, there was a cut in the top of the booklet and everything right there, but a 24-page read-along book and record, 45. I don't know why it says 33.5 RPM, not unless this record was actually a 33.5 RPM record. Usually these size ones were 45, but there you go with the Gremlins one. And then we also got the Star Trek, the motion picture. Also says 33 and 1/3 RPM. Mini booklet and the mini little record. Pretty cool. Still sealed. We got this guy right here from 93 and from Toy Biz. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Professor Charles Xavier with the secret control panels. Includes the official Marvel Universe trading card that's behind him. And there you go with a little bit of story of him in the back. Shows you where the secret control panels are and shows you the other figures that were in the line, including that Cable one, which we have somewhere else, just missing all his pieces. And here we go with something from 1992. We got Aliens, the Alien Queen with deadly chest hatchling, attacking double jaws and whipping spiked tail. Still sealed in its original blister right there. There you go with the everything on the back. This one was from Kenner back in the day with the Alien Marines and a few of the other weird aliens that they actually had with this set, including the power loader that you could get.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that Professor X.
Professor X, man. I never got that Professor X. He's awesome.
Yeah, that looked good. Did you see? Look at the packaging. They could have redone that.
Did his
Right?
chair do anything?
It had a secret control panel thing in it. I don't know. It hasn't been opened, so.
Well, yeah, where his arms rest.
The armrest. Yeah.
They fold. There's a hinge on them. They fold. Open.
I never saw him open. Like every time I saw him, he was on the card.
Yeah, I had him back in the day. It's funny because my grandmother was in a wheelchair and she saw it. She's like, "What the hell?" She was like, "They made a toy of me."
Now, Vincenzo, look, I'm a superhero.
That was funny.
Yeah, I'm sure happy. And we did do Dino Riders too. What's going on, Soul Assassin? Also in the house, man.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
He says, "Damn, Tom, you got stuff that's older than me." Yeah. Well, I got stuff that's older than me as well. So, yeah, those records are pretty cool. And I really was miffed because I thought they were 45s. No, they are legit 33 1/3. I looked it over and everything. Yeah, I didn't realize that they made smaller records that size than 33 1/3. I did not know. I always thought they were 45s, but who knew?
I have a record player from the 50s that has it on there, the 33 1/3.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, all the record players came standard up at least into a certain point. They had 33 1/3. They had 45, and then they had the almost seldom ever used 78 RPM.
Yep. Nice.
Thank you, Gap. Appreciate it, man. I do. There's a lot of work put into all this shit.
Fuck yeah.
And real quick, Gap is sharing some links out there. earlier. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, sharing Pacifics too. Absolutely. Anybody that's on the channel, as long as you have a wrench too. And you know what? I'll be damned. Pacific doesn't have a wrench on my channel. That's kind of funny. Here, I'll fix that real quick. Okay, so I got one more thing to show off, Vinny.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
To lead into your stuff. This is the big break. This is the one that Trina and a few other people really do appreciate. Our toys from bygone eras. So after this, Vinny, it's all yours, man. What's going on, DTF?
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Guys, remember, keep sharing the links out there. Let everybody know we're here. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to our YouTube channels if you are watching on other platforms. But here we go with some old school commercials. Just imagine all the crazy shit that they were doing back then. Why can't they do more today?
I am your Professor Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective. Welcome to Toys from Bygone Eras.
There, buddy, it's all yours.
Wow, look at Hey, what about me?
Try this one, partner. Looks like real. Sounds like real.
They sure do.
The Sound of Power military rifle and Western rifle by Marks. Each gun makes lots of battle sounds. Just press the trigger and listen. This sounds like a gun battle over there. Is it real? Looks like real. Hey, it sounds like real. Right. Every shot, every battle sound was from the Sound of Power.
Flight leader to ideal fighter jet, clear for takeoff.
Roger. This is fighter jet and making a left bank to join formation.
Flight leader to ideal fighter jet, turn indicator on. Red warning light will tell you when you're off course. You're flying by radar. Hold her steady. Enemy plane coming in at 2 o'clock. Enemy out of machine gun range. Set your rangefinder. Get set to use rockets.
He's in my sight. Rockets ready. Fire 1, fire 2, 3, 4.
Flying in Ideal's electronic fighter jet is like flying a real jet fighter. You work the throttle, indicators, radar scope, and warning light. You control 6 moving targets via 4 rocket guns. Buy Ideal's fighter jet wherever good toys are sold.
It's a wonderful toy. It's ideal.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, if it's not being done by a pig, it's not worth watching.
That pig has a lot of attitude. What's going on, DJ Ronnie G? Nice jet.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we're truly in the dark age. Back in the day, kids had guns that made noises and nobody freaked out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine cops might have got upset with that, the sound effects on those things. That shit was cool, though, man. That was so
Yeah,
cool.
it was. When I was a kid, they still had something like that. It was like in more like...
Intertech toys.
Yeah. I remember stuff like that. And then, like, a couple years later, then you hear cops shooting kids because of the... they thought they had a real gun pulled on them.
Well, weren't people... Tommy, you knew this. You know about the Intertech guns. Weren't people, like, actually robbing stores with those things?
Yeah, because they look so damn realistic that people couldn't tell. But
because before the orange tips, like it would look like a single action, you know.
Those might have been the toys that made them start doing those fucking orange tips.
Yeah, which sucks. And now we have Megatron as a tank.
Yeah,
and that's something I want to dispel that rumor real quick.
What's that?
So everybody keeps on this, gun laws on toys. So you know what? If you actually look it up. Because, most of us heard this shit from other people, and we're like, oh, well, it has to be the truth. Well, those days are long since over. You can't believe hardly anything anybody says anymore. Actually, go look up what the gun law, supposedly, the gun law, it's not really a law. There's a set of guidelines. There is no gun law saying they can't make toy guns. There is no law. It's absolute bullshit. Anybody who says it is and they keep preaching that, they don't know. I mean, it's the same thing when you get these morons when they talk about the Constitution. They don't even know what they're talking about because they've never read it. It's the same thing with a lot of these laws. If you don't actually look them up and try to find it, you won't know the truth because if you're going by what everybody else says. But I'm telling you, I looked it up. There is no actual law saying that they can't be made.
Wow.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Just the companies. They're playing games.
Damn insurance companies.
Yeah. Was always a loner kid. I'm not sure I would have gotten this if I could. I'm more into action figures. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too, man. There were times I kind of did the loner thing. There's other times because a lot of brothers. Like it was mostly action figures. So I don't know. It all depends. We're all kind of getting to that mood as well. It depends.
Yeah, I hear you, Happy. Some of those older guns, they had these things called what are they called? Greenie caps. They were called. So basically, you got something that looked like a bullet that shot out like a little plastic pellet or something.
Yeah.
And it had these little sticky greenie caps that was on the back of it that make the charge and make the plastic pellet fly out. And these things would load up like legit real guns. Like they had all kinds of cool shit back in the day.
Yeah, we used to have like the little ones, like the little the 22 revolvers that they sell like in the dollar store and shit, and they have the caps in them as well.
The red caps with the white paint. You had two kinds. You had the Western ones where it was like round, and you'd stick it in, it'd be red, and shoot it up, or you'd have the 38 or the 22 where you'd stick it in and get the 6 shots, and it pop, pop, and then you have to spit it out and get another one. Hell yeah.
Those were awesome. It sucks that the hinge broke on them a lot, though.
Yep.
Because they'd crack in half, and like you said, you'd load them up like they were a 6-shooter.
Happy, have a good one, buddy.
Have a good one, man.
I never had the ones you guys were talking about. I used to just have like regular old fucking cap guns.
Yeah.
Like the 2 different kinds of cap guns. The ones that had the paper caps or that they had the revolver ones.
Yep.
That's the plastic caps.
Yeah. The round red one.
Talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the Power Punch He-Man?
Yeah. Okay.
Or those RoboCop figures. The early RoboCop figures.
I love those.
The cops figures had those too. You would look like guns had the little thing you pull in the back and it snaps on and does the the paper cap shit. Cool. Yeah.
Man, we had some great stuff back then.
Sometimes like the bit of the cap would go flying right in your fucking eye.
Dangerous toys. That's what we love.
Burn your eyebrow off and shit.
Then they came out with cell phone. What was it? The Samsung 5s that caught on fire? So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But that was done on purpose. So here I have, I did get my hands on one of the 97 Rogues. So this is the re-release of her. She's going to stay in package. So.
Hey, everyone. This is Vinnie Art, formerly designer McFarlane Toys and a comic book creator. And I want to show you guys, yes, I did get my hands on a 97 Rogue. A good friend of mine, he was able to pull one aside for me over at Target's. So thank you, Danny. But yeah, I want to show you guys this piece real quick and a slight comparison. So I think I'm going to be leaving her in the box. I know this one, she's very hard to find. Not kind of, but very. So this is a second release of her. And I wish they had done a better job. You could see like the paint by the boot. Like there's some things that are off on this. But yeah, if you don't have a Rogue, I understand why she is difficult to get right now. Plus the Savage Land one is coming out soon too as like an exclusive. But I want to show you a little bit of a comparison. So this is the one from the Juggernaut Wave, the Build-A-Wave figure. But the head is the one that's based off of J. Scott Campbell's drawing. She had the green and black outfit. So just to let you know, it's kind of a little bit of a slight custom, so to speak. But so you could see the differences between the two of these characters, or different versions. So the arms are exactly the same. It's just different plastic. The upper thighs are about the same, and I think the midsection, the chest is different, and obviously the boots, because there's no floating pieces on this one. That's all sculpted and painted, and this is all pinless. So this one still has the pins, so a little bit different. They tweaked the mold on these legs, but yeah. So those are some of the differences. I think her belt is on upside down. It looks like it is. But, what do you want? It's Hasbro. But yeah, so this is the older figure, and this is the new one, and we'll with the slightly new head. This is much better than the one that, because the other one has the green bandana thing. But yeah, so those are the differences. Here's the back of it if you guys want to see the back of it. With the rendering. They said Wolverine is also, he's been re-released as well. I don't know about the other ones. I think Gambit might be coming out again too. But yeah, because a few people have been complaining. So that's good that they re-released these to give folks a chance. I do like the kind of orangey yellow a lot better than that yellow. Same with the metallic kind of green. Like the paint job is a lot better on the older one. But still pretty nice. So she's out there in Target right now. Happy hunting.
Yeah, I'd seen that last week. And yeah. Nice looking figure overall, but you're talking about that paint. Is that like nowhere near as bad as that one we seen in that little Twitter post, right?
The one on the Twitter post, they repainted another Marvel Legends and put her back into the box. That was not a Hasbro release. That was somebody doing their own. They sliced open the box and someone zoomed in and you could see where the rip is.
Wow.
So, yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. So what's going on, Shifty?
What's up, Shifty?
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Thunderstorms.
Shit happens, bro. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Real quick, also say hello to Bone out there in the chat. What's going on, Bone?
What's up?
Hey.
And Keely Chow also hanging in the chat. What's going on, guys? Remember to keep sharing those links out there. Let everybody know we're going. We're going to be having more fun as the day goes on. Vinnie, what figure that you've seen has the worst paint job? Says Gap.
And figures. I'd say maybe some Tords because he doesn't paint. He doesn't paint all of them. Well, he doesn't. They don't paint all of them.
Yeah.
So if you see someone with like a long cape, if it's the plastic capes as well, flip them over in the back. There's no wash. There's no anything. It's usually just like the molded plastic. So I probably say him.
I'll tell you what has the worst paint job. It's that Justice League Task Force Superman with the 16-bit. Yeah,
it's terrible.
Oh yeah, there
Awful.
you go. Yeah. Shifty. He has it in hand in person, so he knows.
What pissed me off was seeing that fucking cyborg Superman and seeing how much money that shit goes for, and it has multiple unpainted spots where the fucking cybernetic parts are, where it's just blue, just like his costume. That's bullshit to make a figure like that and you fuck up that bad.
Well, dude, like Vinnie will tell you, and I said the same thing in the review when I finally posted and I finally got around to it, was that Swamp Thing figure. I mean, there's a very large figure where there's plenty of room. There's no problem to be able to get in there with some extra washes and everything like that. And they put 3 basic colors on the entire damn figure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I have that one. It's the big one. It's the big Swamp Thing figure, right?
Yeah, the big one.
That's the same one.
But it appears that we have a super chat right there. So let me go ahead and pull up the super chat bumper.
This calls for a Sword of Omens special. Thunder, Thundercats!
We're cold, Slither, you'll be joining us soon. A band of violence, real or doom. I thank you. Till all are one.
Awesome. Thank you, always DTF. He goes, now realizing most of my comics come from crowd funds. So I think I might check out my local comic shop next week. Any recommendations of good stuff I should look for? Talk to the comic shop owner. Say that you're looking for some Dan Mora artwork. That guy does amazing stuff. He does primarily DC, but he's going to be doing the crossover. There's 2 crossovers coming out from Marvel and DC. They're doing DC's version, which is Batman and Deadpool, and then they have the Marvel one, Batman, Deadpool. One creative team is Greg Capullo. I forget who the writer was, and the other side we do have Dan Mora doing it for DC. So I would probably recommend those when they come out. But right now, there's the new Spider-Man series. I'd say the first 4 or 5 issues, that's worth checking out if you like Spider-Man. Pepe Larraz did a really good job on those first couple of them. I think now John Romita Jr. is doing like the next story arc. I'm not a big fan of his artwork, but not the more modern take of his stuff. I like his older stuff better. But yeah, for me, there's not too much. Oh, and Conan, if you could find some awesome Conan stuff, Titan Comics, they've been doing some pretty good stuff.
It's always good when you get companies too that don't actually shit on the old school canon of everything. And Soul Assassin, you were right. Yeah, McFarlane cuts on paints. Watch Tommy's Spawn vid, and you can see it's lacking. Absolutely.
Yep.
Gap Stargate, I've reposted over there on X. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that, Gap.
Yeah, brother.
And have you guys seen these figs? They're pretty cool. The Trojan War 1/24 scale historical figures. I've seen some in passing. We've also seen, thanks to Trina bringing up, we've seen Jesus and what was it, Jesus, Noah, or Moses, or whatever, the biblical line of figures.
Oh yeah,
who is doing these figures?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we're not too bad. Yeah, man, dude, anytime. If I could think of something else, I'll let you know. But there's not too many I've been picking up, to be honest. Or a friend of mine, he's kind of been hooking me up with a couple of things here and there to check out.
Comics? Never heard of that.
Those still exist? Is that allowed? I'm sorry.
Oh shit. But yeah, for anyone, if you're looking for the new Street Fighter stuff from Jada, they are stocking them even more now at GameStop. Yep. So here's a little bit of that. A bunch of the Street Fighters there. And I'm glad that it's not just the first wave. They got the first 3 waves kind of mixed up, which is really good to see.
Toy NK.
So I take it if you have the card, that's when you get it for the standard price.
It's a GameStop. They got a bunch of.
Say that again.
I take it if you have the card, that's when you get it for the standard price instead of 30.
No, you get it for like 28.
Yeah, they knock off like $1 or $2 or something. But then if you accumulated points, you could use
and the
those.
Monthly coupon.
Yep, the monthly coupon's about $5. So yeah, it depends. You could get lucky sometimes and get between anywhere from like $7 to $10 off on some things. But that's why it's kind of worth it especially if you're getting action figures. It's kind of worth it to do the subscribe thing over there for GameStop.
It's. I didn't think it would be worth it. I kept on saying, "No, I don't need it. The guy finally talked me into it. Mm-hmm. I've saved a bunch. Bunch since signing up. So
yeah, I let my card lapse a long time ago when most of the newer physical games were disappearing and they were paying next to nothing for the turn-ins, and I was like, I don't need this anymore. They were getting rid of the Game Informer magazine. And it was like one of the cool things that I enjoyed about it. And I was like,
same, yeah. They were only doing digital versions.
Yeah,
they brought that back, the Game Informer, but it's not included with your subscription. But make sure if you do have the program, get it during the holidays, because if they do another one of those buy 2 get 1 free, it's definitely worth it.
Nice.
Okay,
hell
cool.
yeah.
Good information, right. Anybody out there collecting, and welcome back, Happy.
Welcome back.
Hail.
Oh yeah, there was a local Lego shop, so I filmed some of these things. Here's the Endurance. I was surprised.
That is cool.
That's pretty impressive.
This is the Endurance.
I don't even want to know the price tag.
These things are super impressive.
Yeah, they're expensive as shit.
That's got to be $400 at least.
This
easy.
one, $270 for the Endurance.
Dude, there's a set and it's just because I like the ship. Mm-hmm. I bought a model kit and I just never got around to finish painting because it's such a chore painting some of those model kits sometimes, especially if they're not super gigantic. But they have a Lego set for one of my favorite ships, which is the Titanic. I couldn't touch that. I couldn't touch that if I wanted to. That thing on average is sitting somewhere around the $900 mark.
Yep.
Ship balls.
Yeah, Super Star Destroyer was like that, man. Like it was like $900 at the Lego stores. It was an exclusive to the Lego stores.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was pissed because they took away our Toys R Us. And
I know.
I refuse to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I'll tell you one thing though, man. Every time I walk near that store, it is packed in there, and I mean they're moving product. It's wild. Some of the price that they put on these things, I think they need to lower them. But yeah, people are buying them. They're going to keep them high.
Yeah.
They do have like a bunch of little, they're almost like island basket things where like they have cheaper stuff, like those little, I don't know, anywhere from like $10 to $20. And like they'll have like a lot of car models and stuff like that. So there are some affordable things, but the ones that are like this, forget it. It says specialty store items.
Looks like my Best Buy restocked.
Yeah, Best Buy. They did move stuff around again.
No, just on this one back wall.
I'm happy to see that they have a wall again.
Good to see that they sold out soon.
Because the last 2 times I went, they didn't have
The last time
anything out.
Here, like they were completely cleaned out. I guess they moved everything because of the Nintendo Switch stuff. Here's some is it Luffy?
Yeah, some of the Bandai stuff does look really good, but then they have like a cheaper version of the Bandai stuff as well. So
well, it looks like my Best
I don't know.
Yeah, those SH figure arts, man, they look nice, but sometimes the quality on them is a little bit lacking because I've heard some horror stories over that same Godzilla that I got and reviewed and I sent you.
Okay.
I had no problems with mine or the Kong, but I heard other people horror stories about those things.
I noticed with like larger figures like that, there are some issues. All the Street Fighter ones that I've had from them, they were all like top notch. They were all beautiful. The only one they screwed up to me personally was Sagat. He looked too orange and way too small. Like it didn't fit. But yeah, thank God for Jada.
Yeah, Soul Assassin Legos are wild. They got security guards, devices, and high prices. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And DTF, I hear you, man. Yeah, it's something you got to take time to do and not mess it up. Soul Assassin also says he heard that they're going to do a Godzilla and X-Files Lego sets now. So that's pretty cool. If you're looking for those.
That's awesome.
And Gap also said he has his original DVD copy of Rollerball with James Caan. He says it's a shame they didn't make Toys for the movie. It was the 50th anniversary yesterday. Yeah, it's kind of surprising somebody didn't.
Oh, wow. Well, hold on. I got 2 more Lego things I could show you guys. I forgot to make these public, but this was pretty awesome. This is really awesome. I wasn't expecting to see this.
This is pretty cool.
Oh, wait. I should lower that. But, yeah, freaking... Yeah, I had the Jurassic Park music playing on there, but dude, that is killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 250. This thing was like 2.5 feet long. So yeah, this definitely impressive. So if you got a Lego store anywhere near you or by your malls or whatever, take a look. Some of their displays are really killer. But yeah, in person, seeing that thing was pretty sweet.
It's kind of crazy, like how much you can get in deep if you get into Legos. I mean, there's a lot of those things you start collecting, they get expensive and they add up really quick. Warhammer was one of them. Legos is another. I mean, there's a few others, but I mean, when you're talking about like the big set sales that they so often have with a lot of these things, these big giant sets, that's where most of the money goes. And some of those are the most fantastic ones. And they've got different levels for Lego too. Like they got the extreme builder set, then they got the lower tier ones that are slightly more affordable. Like that Titanic one I was talking about, that's like their extreme builder set.
Yeah.
And that's the one that looks really smooth and looks really good, like the ship you were showing earlier. Yeah, so that's why that thing's sitting close to $1,000. It's just nuts. You would have told me as a kid Lego sets were going to be $1,000. I would have laughed at you.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, get the fuck out of town. But yes, dude, Gap After Dark goes for $250. It better talk to me and fetch things. Bring me a beer. Holy shit.
Oh man.
I know the prices are crazy. This was cool to see since it is Jaws' 50th anniversary. There's a new Jaws set that they had with the boat.
Jaws shit.
I think they could have done a better job designing them though.
150 for this one. Jeez. Anything block or plastic or
that music came up when you looked at the price tag.
Yeah.
Jaws shit.
Dude, again, they're blocks of plastic.
Yes, I can't believe how much these fucking Lego sets are, man.
I know.
For real.
And it's not a shortage either. I mean, come on. It's crazy.
Greed.
It's crazy. Come on.
And people are stealing them and making money online. There was a video of some woman in Tennessee who was going around and stealing from all the Walmarts in the area, and she got pulled over to the side of the road. And it was one of these cop cam videos. It was one of the parts, and she's sitting there. I don't have nothing in the car, and they open it up, the back of the van. It's just full of Lego sets.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. How'd they find her? Was there a trail of blocks?
Well, they had her on camera at one of the Walmarts, and the other Walmarts.
That was a good one, Vinnie. That was a good one, Vinnie.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, what you cracked the joke? I missed it. What did you say?
Yeah. It's okay.
No, I was saying.
It's okay.
Did she have like a trail of blocks on the floor that was?
Oh, okay.
That's how they found
leading to her car. Oh shit. Yeah, fucking manager stepped on one.
Yep, barefoot.
Holy crap! But yeah, still cool to see these things though. I will say that some of them are impressive. Some of them look like dog shit, but some of them are like really, really killer.
That's not a bad idea, Solstice. And take the pigs in, let them nibble the boxes away, and just have my pocket open, collect all the pieces.
I was gonna say you're gonna let them eat the Legos, wait till they shat them out, and then reconstruct them back into Legos. But hey, yours is funny too.
Yeah, DTF. I don't think they have any unlicensed stuff. I think everything has to be above board for them. I mean, technically you could. I know back in the day you were able to get a whole bunch of different kind of just like regular Lego blocks. You could build whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You still can, and then
like
you
when
got
they
the
would
Lego
build
lights.
like when people would build like giant Coke bottles and shit like that.
Yeah. Dude,
listen,
all right.
Did you see that shit?
What?
There's news about a tractor trailer hijacking in Sweden that involved the theft of Legos valued at 250,000 kroner.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's a lot of freaking cabbage right there. We need to stop talking about robbing banks.
Well,
yeah,
right. That's a lot of kroner. But remember, we had the same thing with the Supergirl and freaking McFarlane. They stole the trailers. Kind of funny. Yeah, right. And our toys, man. Get out of here.
Air
They'll be on
quotations.
eBay. I guarantee it. Watch.
Oh, for sure.
We need to be part of this ring.
I know, man. $400,000 multi-state Lego theft. Oh my, wow. Well, Florida was part of it. Tommy, we could have got in on that.
I know we missed out. What's going on, Tree Rock?
What's up,
Tree Rock?
Damn it, Tommy! And you got that magical Targets by you, so I think a leprechaun owns the Target shop by Tommy.
If I'm not mistaken, a truck of Nintendo Switch 2s actually got stolen a week or so back. So
really,
there's that too. Yeah.
Oh, well, I bet you Nintendo already found out who did it, got them fucking executed in the street.
Probably.
I'm telling you, man, we gotta stop thinking about cash. We got toys. See, I keep saying the toys are the life, man.
It's like fucking Scarface. First you get the toys, then you get the money, then you get the women.
So last one before, I got a few other things, but last one for now. I just wanted to show because I think we talked about it last time. So yeah, here's this is a die-cast set. This is a nano scene is what they call it, but I don't know if it was Micro Machine or just
it's Jada.
Oh, it is Jada. Okay.
That's pretty awesome. I like that.
That was killer.
Yep.
Actually, you could see the Jada when you scroll over. You see the Jada right on that left-hand side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You pass by it ever so quickly.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome.
Dude, they're killer though. Pretty freaking sweet. I like that they have this big black truck as well. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I know they used to have the packs. I was looking for them, but I didn't see them this time. They probably
they most of them have been gone for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, JD's killing it with the figures and everything too. So I mean, it seems like a lot of their restacking of the diecast figures is kind of like it's kind of taking a back shelf. But I have seen a few, like they re-released the original DeLorean in that larger scale size, like the one I had that lights up. I seen the first car, same thing with the light up features and everything. They had re-released that. So
yeah, that's cool. That's always good to see.
Yeah, new Fast and Furious films robbing Legos. Why not? $7 million worth of toys. I'm telling you, man. Does anybody else have anything, or should I go again?
Could I just show a picture of something quick?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is something that they never even did back in the day with G.I. Joe. I notice they do that every now and then. Like, like the Python Patrol, like the Python Patrol figures they came out with. But, yeah, they did fucking Destro.
Oh, shit.
Python Patrol gear.
Oh, with the new head.
It says, yeah, you got two different ones.
Super
Nice.
7.
Oh, Super 7. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, this was they didn't even have Python Patrol Destro back when they first came out with Python Patrol.
Yeah,
That's what I like about this.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Because I'm not normally I like the Slaughters, Marauders, and stuff like that. Like I'm never really big into them. It depends on like the character they do,
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I like this.
That's pretty neat to see.
I mean, it's just the same once again. How overpriced Super 7 is. So I'm sorry, Shifty.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get the regular Destro Super 7 to go with my cover commander, just to keep it in box and all, because it looked nice. But man, that thing won't drop below it won't drop below 40. It did go on sale one time for like 29 around the holidays one year, but it's holding firm at like 40 and up. The original Destro.
Yeah, every now and then,
take a
look at Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm looking. It's I think they're sold out there. I'm looking on Amazon. It's holding firm at 40.
Damn.
But
I don't know. I enjoyed the carded version they did at Destro when they did a re-release. I mean, yeah, it could use some updates to the mold and everything. It was still a really nice figure. A lot better than that Baroness one.
Oh, and I just wanted to show something else that they did that I didn't know they were doing fucking play sets for the new Masters of the Universe shit they got.
Oh yeah. Well, they've got
the Castle Grayskull, right?
Yeah, they did Castle Grayskull. Snake Mountain was supposed to come out. I don't know if it ever did. I've never seen it in stores yet. And they were talking about they were going to do Fright Zone. They were going to do all the play sets. They were going to do the Eternia play set again. The one that links Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
But look at this. Instead of the fucking, remember the glove,
puppet,
the dragon face, instead now it's a figure.
Yep.
Nice.
I don't know. I think they should have did. They should have given you the option to do both. Like they could have given you like a dragon glove. Like especially now since you mentioned the Boglins that they're redoing, so they could have just did like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still pretty cool though. I think.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool.
So I was looking around on Amazon, and I noticed that they have the animation collection. They have Orko up for pre-order, and he looks nice. And he's only like $18 to pre-order. I may get him.
I'll tell you what, those animation ones, they look really good. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was already so deep and money's been tight anyway, with the regular Origin line, I might have considered, because I keep seeing that Skeletor one. And that Skeletor one, holy shit, it looks amazing. I mean, just like the cartoon, it's great. But in the Origin body, it's freaking incredible.
Yeah. I seen him. I think once or twice, and I was very, very tempted.
I really would like to collect all the sidekick characters like Orko and try to find Snarf, and then get T-Bob when he goes up for pre-order for Mask, and just have all the sidekick characters. Yeah. The T-Bob goes up, I think, for pre-order next week with the Rhino tractor trailer truck from Mask.
Very cool. The Jesus, I'm blanking on the name of that one now too, and I've gone over that so many times at Mask, and I don't know why I'm blanking on it. But I got something really cool to show off here. It's a 3-parter. And I know Vinnie is probably pretty excited about this one. This is the one I was super excited to show off. This is one of the reasons I was super happy about doing today's stream, because sometimes I'm doing these toys and they don't hit the marks that I'm hoping, and I get kind of let down. Man, this figure, even though I technically I couldn't afford it, and I kind of cut my own throat by buying this damn thing. Super happy. Hopefully they get all these deals worked out. They're still working on a few, but this one,
you were thrilled when you told me about him, man. The excitement in your voice, I was like, yeah, that is great.
Hey, what you need to do is you need to go back and get that Rogue, go sell it on eBay, and then you can get all of them figures that you want.
Well, I would do that, but unfortunately, I bought this figure instead, so I have $0.00 left to spend. But let's break into this one with the first part. We're going to wind up having a pig taken over as always. But dude, if you are sleeping on this company, sleep no longer.
And we are hanging out with Barnes. Oh, Barnesy. Nomming away on some lettuce. DGI Joe and BattleBot Pig. For this show off, something just a little bit different. Technically, once again, we don't have a pig for this anymore since we lost our superhero pig. But we got something from Jada, and this is the first purchase we've been able to make in a very long time. And actually, this one came at a little bit of a hard sell for me because of how bad things have been financially, and this actually set me back quite a bit this month. But we got Blanca from the Jada Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers. Barnes is going to be taking over, and Barnes is going to be talking about this figure. Here we go, y'all.
As long as you're here, Mama, I don't mind living in town.
So as we start this review, let's take another look at that box. Now, Blanca is a $30 figure where Ryu is a $25 figure. And look at the size difference in the box. I mean, I think Jada is just killing it as far as being affordable for the collector. They're really watching out for all of us by keeping these things moderately priced, where a lot of other companies would absolutely be raping and pillaging us for a figure this much larger. Way to go, Jada. And here we go with Blanca right out of the box in a standard stationary pose. But let's go ahead and bring in Ken and stand Ken next to him. So Ken is in that $25 range, and you can see how much bigger the Blanca figure is than him. And remember, there's only a $5 price difference. Hasbro, NECA, and some of the other ones would be charging $10 to $15 more for that kind of size discrepancy in their figures. And here we go with Blanca and Ken ready to square off, putting up their dukes, looking very nice. And Blanca does have some incredible balance in this figure. And here we go with Blanca reeling back and giving a big giant roar. Lot of movement in this figure. I was surprised at how much movement that this figure actually has, especially in the back and in the head, all through that waist. Just amazing. Like, look how far this thing can lean back. Could just about see his own ass. But yeah, just tremendous movement on this, and nothing is hindered. There's no hinder as far as the hair is concerned. There's no hindrance as far as the way that the back moves back. It's just amazing, and how far it actually crunches forward as well. Trying to hold that waist as steady as possible and just crunching it. That is just the top half crunching. Look at that. Something Hasbro doesn't do with their Marvel Legends figures for the most part.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Dude, yeah, he looks great.
I like how much I like that they made him big like he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because you're not like in the game. You're not really used to seeing how tall Blanca is because he's always like so fucking hunched over.
Yeah, they did a great job. He's not a character that I ever really liked. Like when I played a few times, I'm like, yeah,
I use him a lot. See, I got so sick of everyone using Ken and Ryu. Everyone used Ken and Ryu, so I always used anybody but Ken and Ryu. So.
Yeah, that's what. Like Sagat was my favorite, but yeah, I like playing around with the different characters. It's always great. But yeah, this figure looks incredible. Yeah, they did such a wonderful job.
He looks huge next to Ryu. I mean, he looks fine next to
Ken.
Or Ken. Next to Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but next to Ryu, god dang.
I mean, the Ken and Ryu are the same damn size, basically. So I mean, like imagine putting him next to Chun-Li or Fei Long, who are a little bit on the more narrow side compared to Ken and Ryu, or Cammy. Yeah. Telling you, man, I'm telling you, and I'm just getting started with this review. That's why I had to break this review into 3 pieces. There was a lot to go over, and it was just so much fun that I had with this damn thing. And the fact that it leaned back, like I was telling Vinny, I said, dude, this guy can almost see his ass. Like that lean back was incredible. And then that crunch forward, looking straight down at his toes.
Dude, yeah. Amazing. I still can't believe that. I mean, if someone told me, they make die-cast cars, I'd be like, what? Dude, they have some of the best engineering I've ever seen.
I was telling you that. I said, Jada they make toy cars because I've been buying them for a long time.
Didn't you say Didn't you say this Blanca figure could do the cannonball pose?
Oh, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that to the review. I've got more to show off of what this guy can do, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But any last thoughts on that first part?
No, I'm ready to see the second one.
Let's do
All
it.
right. Let's do it. Here we go.
Now, back to our program.
And here we go with Blanca in another pose, just leaning, just stretching out, showing all the points of articulation with the bends at the elbows, the knees, the wrist, the shoulders, all of it just on display in this little pose. So let's take a look at the hair. What they did was really interesting. They are 2 separate pieces. So not only do you got this big hollow section in the middle that helps it not be hindered when you move it, but it's also 2 pieces, so that also helps when you turn it side to side and everything else. It does not get in the way at all. So here goes one of the poses, just like in the games, the 2 underhanded claws coming up, and once again, Ken is the recipient. Another pose with Blanca getting his growl on with that secondary head and hands. Just looking stellar. Let's take a look at some of the details. You see the claws on the feet are even painted really nice. Got the fur on there. Got the little ankle bracelets, which are loose. There are separate pieces in there. You can turn them around. The same thing with the hands. Once again, the claws are all painted on there. All the fur on the chest. That awesome looking face with the big growl on there. Just amazing detail work that they put into this. And remember, once again, $30 figure. The rubber diaper piece that's on there, while it may seem like it'd be a pain in the ass, does not hinder anything and moves out of the way easily. And here we go, showing off his electricity pieces. Once again, amazingly done. Put a light underneath it, and you can kind of get that shit to light up really nice. This is just amazing. I just love everything that they put into this figure. They really went all out for this figure. Everything that you would hope would be included with this Blanca is there. Spectacular job, Jada. And here we go with Ken. You can stretch that lightning out to make it look like he's encompassing Ken as well. Amazing action poses you can get with this. This is just stellar. Every figure has been a knockout, but this Blanca one is killer. Here we go, showing off another one of his in-game moves. I know I didn't put the arms down, but go ahead. That is that big mule kick that Blanca does in the game, and he can pull this one off pretty easily and well balanced. Another in-game move right there, jumping up on Ken and giving the bite. Yeah, Ken has been the subject of a lot of torture during this video, but he has taken it like a champ. But once again, just showing everything you could do with this figure. Another move right there, we got his wheel kick with the help of the stand. Once again, just the incredible movement that this figure has to be able to pull all these in-game moves off.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Dude, that thing is super impressive.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like what they did with the hair piece to make it hollow underneath.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Dude,
it was absolutely perfect engineering on that. And you were asking about that cannonball. What did you think about that cannonball?
Yeah. I know that's cool that he could do the bite too. That he could latch on and do the bite. That's fucking awesome.
I had a hell of a time balancing Ken because of the weight of the Blanca figure on top of the Ken figure. It actually, I think that's what might have broke my little plastic stand. Like it's cracked in multiple places. So.
Oh, dude. Holy shit. Good stuff.
I mean, I suppose I could tape it back together or put like the little plastic electrical shrink wrap things over it to hold it until I get a new one. But yeah, man. Now, I mean, showing off some of those poses, especially in-game stuff, because I was going back to in-game moves that I wanted to put into the video. And I think you could start to understand why I got so excited about this figure when I was talking to you about it.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. Totally worth it.
You have the Sagat. Would you say, from what you've seen so far, do you think Sagat has the same amount of movement or maybe a little restricted compared to him?
There was really no restrictions with him. I'll say the one thing I do like more that they did with Sagat is that he actually has toe articulation.
Okay.
He's got the hinge on there because, again, he's, the kickboxer and all that. Like, that's kind of one of his main things. I think Blanca, they could have put those as well. But for most people I've seen who've reviewed them both, they usually give the edge to Blanca. But I'm a little biased because Sagat's my favorite. So, but overall, dude, these things are amazing. Like I said, man, 9.5s and 10s across the board for these Jada figures.
Awesome. Soul Assassin says, people ask me, Soul, what's with Vinnie and his fascination with Chun-Li? And I tell him, he's Italian. And he's a Thai guy. What's going on, Soul Bat?
What's up?
Oh.
And Adam, whenever you get back, go ahead, Shifty.
Have you seen the cast for the Street Fighter movie that they're doing?
Yeah.
They got a crazy cast, but the chick that got to play Chun-Li. Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That thick thigh saves lives.
Damn right.
But I got one more part for this Blanca, and then we can get into final thoughts about him. So let me know. Do you think I got it wrong? I think I got it right. And I'm ready to fight anybody with a knife in the green room if they say I'm wrong.
Now, back to our program.
And here we go on our final wrap-up. Blanca scratching his chin and his head. I guess he's been in the woods too long and he's feeling a bit itchy. But there we go with Blanca. All his accessories. An amazing job overall. This is just tremendous. Everything you could want in this figure. Double-jointed elbows, double-jointed knees, the rockers and the tilts down at the feet, the pivot and the swivel in the hands, the swivel at the freaking bicep, butterfly joints, a double hinge on the neck, multiple heads, hair that doesn't get in the way, electricity, and of course the clawed hands that come with him as well. Everything on this figure is stellar. This one is a complete knockout. Once again, only being $5 more than their standard figures. Absolutely killed it for the collector, and they've made the point of why other companies need to start competing with them. The Guinea Pig Collective can safely say that this figure is an easy 10 out of 10, and we highly suggest if you're a Street Fighter fan to go out and get this one.
You win!
I think you got it right. I think you got it right for sure, man. That thing is beautiful.
Does he have tacos? Guinea pigs fight dirty. Don't trust them in fights. You're not wrong. Tolbat, does this give you any inspiration to want to go pick up some Street Fighter figures? Between the Sagat that Vinnie just shown off and then this Blanca?
It's good stuff, man. By the way, here's a screenshot of or a photo of the chick who's playing Chun-Li. That's a 10 right there.
Oh, she is? Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what her name is, though. My friend sent it over to me.
So I see they got Jason Momoa and Jason Momoa to be in the fucking movie.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Momoa is Blanc.
I know. I call Roman Reigns Jason Momoa Part 2. So.
Oh,
Roman
he's
Akuma.
Reigns is
It's going to be
Akuma.
Akuma, yeah.
Yeah.
They cast Balrog today.
Yeah,
50 Cent.
50 Cent. Yeah.
That seems like it's going to be more funny than anything.
Right. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Well, I won't see.
Well, for free, if it's out there for free, I mean.
If you decide to watch it one day streaming, sure. I ain't gonna fucking go out and watch it.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about just going out to GameStop and just getting like all the ones I need that they have with the Street Fighter line because, man, they're so good. I really can't wait till Zangief comes out because that's the one I'm waiting on.
Oh yeah.
They showed early photos of what they're working on for them, and they look spectacular.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same thing with Vega. Even Vega looks good. Now, I was never a huge fan of the character, but that figure looks badass.
Yeah, that looks really good. The one that I have from SH Figure Arts, he even comes with part of like the cage. Dude, that figure's a 10 out of 10. They did such a great job.
It's all that.
I agree. If I knew her name, I'd look her up, but I don't know what the hell her name is.
You would look her up, or would you look her up?
I'd sit her on my lap, is what I would do.
Yeah,
let me tell you something. Guinea pigs.
They need to hurry up.
Guinea pigs got a better view, Vinny. I'm sorry, Shifty. Go ahead.
They need to hurry up and cast Cammy.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to pick for that.
Will they include other characters like Yuri?
I don't know.
I don't know. They may be saving her for a sequel because there's like 17 original Street Fighters. So
we'll see what they do, man. But yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's way better than their first go around in the film.
Yeah, that thing was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, don't see the first one in '94, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. If you look at it as a G.I. Joe movie instead of a Street Fighter movie, it ain't that bad.
Oh no, they did it. They have Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you know what? Too bad character. They kept the name Street Fighter for that though, Shifty.
There's Roman Reigns in character.
Oh. Hey, did you ever see the Jackie Chan movie where he dressed up like Chun-Li?
I seen the clip. I have not seen that movie.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it.
It was very.
I didn't even know that was from a movie. I thought that was him at like a convention or something.
Yeah, some movie.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
But it's over to one of you gentlemen after. So just to let you know.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Later, man.
All right, have a good one, man.
Guys. Later.
Vinny, you are Shifty or?
Oh
yeah, I got something.
Yeah, who wants to go?
Okay. Well, Sunday we all have been talking about it. They re-released the X-Men 97s two of them at Target, and man, I got up early. I went out there because I was hoping they'd have both of them out there, Rogue and Wolverine. No Rogue. The closest Rogue to me was like 50 some miles away. But you could not, buy it and have it ready for pickup for some reason. Only Wolverine, not Rogue. And I got home and I found out while I was at Target, Rogue went up unannounced on the website and sold out within like real quick, like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a rumor they may have her back up on June 30th, so keep a watch out. But if you see her in stores, any of y'all out there, get her, buy her, keep her, sell her on eBay. She's worth a lot. Because
man, if only I had money, I'm telling you, I would have snagged it. But
but I'm just, if I don't get her, like I told you guys, I'm thinking more than likely that they're going to have a Gameverse version of her and Magneto in a 2-pack, which is going to be a lot better. So, if you don't get your hands on this one, there'll be a better one here coming around the corner. But I did score Wolverine.
Nice.
In Bigamy. I got him. He's pretty neat. 2 cool heads on him, and you got that little thing wrapped around his neck. The only bad thing about it is he has a sculpted arm hair, right? It's not painted. They left the paint app off the arm hair, so if you crack them open, you got to do a wash. You bring out that detail, which sucks. I think there was one other Wolverine I have that has the hair on the back of the arms that they didn't paint. And that's a bummer. It's like almost a perfect figure there. And they left that out. But,
I reviewed this one. He is a really solid figure. I wish they gave him the diaphragm, the ball joint instead of the hinge. That's my big gripe on him.
Yeah, I was bummed. I bought him, and then I went and bought another Xavier and Banshee and returned the other 2 so I could freshen up my receipt for another 90 days. But you know what? Freaking Target, instead of doing it on Sunday, on Tuesday or Wednesday, they dropped the price on Xavier. He's on clearance now. So if you have him and you're still within the time frame on your receipt, take him back, get your like $7 back because he's down to like $17.47 on clearance. He's not on the website, so if you bought him on the website, I think you may be out of luck. But take your receipt back and get you some money.
Maybe it's select stores. I was there today, and he was not on sale.
He wasn't? Really? Because everybody that's posting videos on YouTube, they're showing him for like.
Yes, I've seen a few online as well like that. And on X, they were showing the clearance stickers. But when I was there today, there was no clearance stickers anywhere in that aisle.
I guess it depends on how big they have in stock, how much they have in stock. Because mine has a ton.
Yep.
I'm thinking mine has it on clearance, but that's all I got. I haven't really been buying much here lately. Oh yeah, well I did get the I reserved the X-Men 97 Gambit on Big Bad Toy Store. It's supposed to be coming into stock here before the end of the month. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And I picked up the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler. It sucks. He doesn't come with anything but 2 hands and a head. He doesn't come with any swords, which sucks.
But, no basket swords.
Boo.
Yeah, the cartoon he had 2 of them.
I know.
Yeah, and he's known for his freaking rapiers, man. I don't know if you'd seen what Tolbad posted, Shifty.
What was that? You're going to have to read it for me. I got
it. There are 2 in stock here, Shifty, and he says Target.com, a Legends Marvel Rogue action figure. It probably is. He said they close in 15 minutes.
Oh.
He said I can get there, but I can't get there. You get there tomorrow.
Hey, don't worry about it, man. If you're going to get it, just get it for you and sell them suckers because you can make a high profit on them. I'm telling you that they're well sought after. Don't worry about me because, like I said, there's going to be a better road coming down the road here shortly, probably. Just make what money you can off of that if you can find it.
Yeah, that is the same one, Tolbat. Because I got it open on my phone. Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, it's the one I showed earlier.
Yeah, and today, man, the Juggernaut dropped everywhere for pre-order, like a lot of places.
Yeah,
and he's probably still available. I just kind of talked myself out of it. I really want it, but The thing's way too big, and he's way too expensive, and it's $65 without the tariff expense on top of it. So I mean, that's like 2 to 3 Street Fighter figures.
Which is nonsense because those things were suspended for 90 days, and that's not up yet. Like that horse that they keep pulling that. Tolbat also said, "I would get it for you, man. I don't care." And then he also said, "Okay, what's it worth online?" Vinny would know better than I. I didn't have a chance to look it up. Vinny,
the prices I saw were ranging from like 50 to 60.
Oh, they went down?
They went down a little bit, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know she was over 100 at one point.
Okay, they went
But
down.
she might go back up. Here's the thing, because there's people who are snatching her up right now from those stores and seeing how many they can move online. So she might go back up again.
Yeah, I just say if you find one, just buy it and sell it. Or keep it a little while and sell it.
Yeah, there's a bunch on eBay. Yeah, and that's part of that speculation, Tolbat, if you get into that kind of stuff. So I will buy stuff and I will hold on to it for years. I did it with my Studio Series 86 Grimlock because I had 2 of them. I just held on to it, and then when the prices went up is when I sold it. And I'll be getting in at the end of the show why if you have a Studio Series 86 Grimlock and you didn't sell it, you might as well forget about getting any money on that. We will get into the end of the show, and I'll tell you why. But yeah, always DTF. Thinking back to my childhood, one series they did get a bunch of toys that absolutely should have was codenamed Kids Next Door. See, my daughter watched that, and I remember Burger King or somebody having some toys for it. But other than that, I don't remember seeing a lot of toys in the stores for it. Wow. Vinny, did you have anything else, or did you want me to go again?
Oh yeah, I got 2 things I can show here. Yeah, open this up. Well, I swung by that new toy store that's by the mall, and this was kind of cool to see in person. But again, this is one of those things, like Shifty was saying, too expensive, and well, I'll show you here because we talked about this in the past a little bit, but there's that Maximum Hulk. He did look a lot better in person. I will say that. But the price is retarded on him.
That chest, though.
Or not.
They got the Maximum Hulk.
And I don't know who was saying he's 60. This guy was $80.
Wow.
So these things are overpriced. That's Hasbro for you. Got one too.
Yeah, I do have that.
The old one.
Yep. Yeah, she was pretty cool, but yeah, this guy, like I said, this face looks a lot better in person, and the skin tone and the paint is nice. But again, this is just a slight upgrade from the previous one that they had, and it's mainly just the chest. So, and the paint apps are a little bit better. Ooh, he comes with a couple of extras. This does not constitute a figure being $80. This is import prices.
I don't trust that chest. I don't think it's going to hold up.
I've seen people do mods on it to try to get more range out of it. Over a long period of time, yeah, you might get some of that disintegrating plastic. Sure, it starts to crumble. I don't know. I honestly don't know because what do you call it? What's that company? The other ones who do Street Fighter, Storm Collectibles. They have super soft chests on almost all of their figures, and that one I'm more worrisome over that than I would over this. So,
Vinny, I need to point something out, and it's man, something about this Wolverine. There's another thing I just noticed here. I didn't mention the kneecaps, just like that She-Hulk figure I got. It's a different color yellow than the rest of the body. It's for some reason, sometimes some of these kneecaps and joints that they put on these figures, they're molded plastic. There's no paint app, but they're a different color than the rest of the body. I don't understand it. It's weird, and I noticed this on all the ones at my Target when I was picking it up. It's a lighter color yellow than the rest of the body, just like the She-Hulk had a lighter color green.
Yeah, that's weird. I'll take a look at mine again.
I can tell you exactly why it happens.
Why is that?
So they do this with a lot of toy companies. So Playmates is notorious for doing this shit with their figures. They'll mold it with different levels of softness in their plastic. They did it on the Voltron lines where they had 3 different levels of. They had a super hard plastic, they had a medium plastic, then they had a super soft, almost rubbery type of plastic. So each part of the leg was a slightly different gray. And then parts of the leg going down toward the bottom, they were warping really bad in the package because of those heavy zip ties that they put in the packaging. But it's because they use different types of plastic.
Yeah, I don't have mine out right now, but next time I take a look, I'll let you know, because the one I got was from the first release. So I don't know if they did something else on when they went back to production.
Yeah, but if you look online, like every other She-Hulk, like every She-Hulk that's up online, whether it's on a store promo art or if it's like on a video on YouTube, they all have those light colored kneecaps. You're lucky if you got the complete green all the way up.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine right now. I even have a flashlight on it. There's no, I don't have any major discoloration like that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Maybe it was just a run where they were using different plastics, or maybe they were getting to the bottom of a barrel of the plastics or something.
That's what I would assume, because I've seen that before.
He's just lucky with all these. He's got the blonde Sid Vicious. He's got the complete green She-Hulk. I mean, man.
Don't get envious.
Super fan Adam Shawhan. Sorry that your internet or your phone died on you this time and not the internet. But he said his cane was the same thing. They didn't paint in between the joint and the elbow. Yeah.
On his cane, yeah.
And always DTF, only thing that I can think of that might be a problem for making toys was that a lot of the characters have pretty thin limbs. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of companies out there now that have gotten past that kind of stuff. I mean, you see it with Jada, with Chun-Li. Chun-Li does not have super thick arms, and that thing's absolutely fine. I've seen some of the NECA figures, not all of them, but I've seen some of the NECA figures where they've got characters that are super thin, like the Puppet Masters. They've got teeny tiny limbs, and guess what? They're still completely movable and everything, and they don't break. There's no problem whatsoever. They can do it if they want to.
Yep, they really could. Hey, I got a review here that I was really, really like kind of blown away by this thing. I know it's something Tommy has been vocal about not liking, but yeah, we kind of switched things. I think this week, Tommy was reviewing Street Fighters, and I'm going to be reviewing a Transformer.
Oh.
So here we go. Here is Megatronus, the Fallen.
This is Vinnie Art, formerly designer McFarlane Toys and comic book creator. Today we are going to be reviewing Megatronus, the Fallen. Cool looking character. I like the idea behind him anyway. One of the 13 is the one that went evil, and he's kind of the prototype for Megatron. So yeah, we're going to be opening up this guy. I'll give you guys a full review, full breakdown. He has this blade. He has the front part of his cannon. He has the cannon, which you guys can see from the box. I think this goes on his shoulder. He comes with this staff part. Front is like soft, by the way. And he comes with these flame effects. Pretty damn sweet. He has 4. So before I get further into everything, I just got to say how impressive this figure is. He does have extra articulation, I guess, because of transformation. So his arms could kind of come crossing forward, which is incredible. That's what you'd like to see. The detailing on this guy is amazing. Like I said, his articulation is very, very nice. Waist turns, all that good stuff. You could do the splits, you name it. I won't get too much into that. I mean, you guys kind of know how Transformers are, but very impressive looking. Very, very impressive. So pretty damn sweet. I was never crazy about like that grinning kind of grill he has, but overall though, it still works. I do like it. And I want to show you guys, here he is with the flames, but I took one of them off and I put it into the cannon. So if you want to do that, you could do that. But I also want to give him kind of that Megatron look with the barrel part on his back. So if you want to do that, you could do that as well. So here is how he looks next to a couple other Transformers. Again, that's the KO version of Optimus. There's Prima, whatever the hell the character's name is. The first one. And yeah, there he is. So looking pretty sharp. But let's transform him already. Here he is in his tank mode. There he is in size comparison. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking one. And I like you put the flame effects anywhere that you want. That's pretty cool. Looks good all the way around. The turret part here could move upward. It does rotate. You don't need to put the flame effects on if you don't want them. But it looks pretty good. Really awesome figure. And it does have wheels. So you can go back and forth. All that good stuff. Excellent figure. Excellent figure. I give it about a 9.5 out of 10. Hey everyone, this is Vinnie Art.
Dude, he could hold the staff with both hands over his head like that. That is impressive for a Transformers figure. This thing kind of, he was a sleeper to me. I mean, as a lot of people were, kissing this thing's ass. I'm like, I want to see it in person. When I saw it in person, I got this thing about a month and a half ago. I've been sitting, it's been sitting for a while, but I finally made some time to review it. And dude, this thing is really, really nice. So.
Yeah, I don't like the look. It's too blocky looking, and I can't even pinpoint exactly what it is I don't like about it, but I don't like it.
That's weird because there have been worse figures that I know that you've liked, and I'm like, that's strange. But dude, to get into like these kind of poses. Like that is awesome.
No, that is definitely some good shit. And I mean, once again, we've talked about what Hasbro can and can't do, and they've proven over and over again. Like I go back to that Gears from last year. Like they killed it with the articulation. That was a smaller figure. They didn't even have the ability to be able to do a lot of things that the bigger figures can do, but it still pulled off everything that it needed to do and everything that it should have did in such a small little package. So, that they're capable of this kind of shit. And then, that type of articulation should always be in those $55 figures. Every time. Sure. There's no reason that it shouldn't be. Exactly. And here's a question. Do you have a lot of ratcheting joints?
He's not in arm's reach right now. I could double check. I know in his arms he has, I think, a few. But it's weird, too, because, like, the way that it butterflies forward like that. They're thinner pieces, but it doesn't feel cheap, if that makes sense. They went above and beyond. They really did. And for the entirety of the figure, like it is covered in great detail, and the paint applications are really amazing. So like some like the purple and stuff, like there's a little bit of like a metallic-y kind of like flakage or something in there. Like they did extra. You could tell this is quality, as opposed to that Megatron that's coming out. They put him in an extra large box so that they could charge a leader class price. That's horseshit. And I called it. I said they were going to up it. He's going to be over $60. That Megatron coming out.
Wow, really?
Yep.
They're going to do that?
They're going to do that. You could fit 3 other figures inside that box.
No, I mean, they did the same thing with the Constructicons, because I had actually seen Scrapper in hand, looked at him. I said, dude, this is a deluxe class figure. This does not warrant a Voyager price.
I told you that too, man. I told you that. He's smaller than Mixmaster Scrapper. They're supposed to be at least the same height, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Mixmaster's taller. I saw someone do a review today of that. I was like, oh, okay, they're and Mixmaster looks incredible too, from what I've seen.
Oh, I've got something later on we're going to be getting at the end of the show. So yeah, there's going to be a few interesting things we're going to hit. Jaws 4878. What's going on? Remember the Jaws toy? Yeah. I remember the Jaws game. As a matter of fact, I still have that sumbitch. I still have it sitting in the back. I think I have all the freaking flotsam and jetsam it came with, but I don't have the hooks that he actually used to fish out of his mouth with.
I'm going to show you guys real quick what I was talking about. Look at all this empty space in there.
Yep.
Wow. That's like a 2-pack thing. You could put another figure standing right in there.
Why didn't they at least center it in the window there?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good question. These people are retarded, is what they are.
I tell you what, and I've seen that already. Some of the photos that they have of this Megatron, the fusion cannon is all jacked up looking. They've got this like heavy blue running around the bottom of his legs. It's not supposed to be blue. I mean, if there's anything, it's a slightly darker gray than the rest of his body. It's not a blue. Like, I mean, there's his face. Like all the photos I said, his face looks completely flat. Like I don't know what they were doing. Like. There seems to be a lot of mistakes because the last photos they showed of him, it doesn't even look like that. Like the colors are different. Like, and I'm looking at those legs right there. There is no ratcheting joints in that leg. You know, for a larger figure, right there at that turn in that leg is going to become loose as shit really quick. And it was the same thing with Studio Series 86 Prime. Amazing looking version of Optimus in the cartoon form, but horrible when it came to the quality control of all the joints that are in that thing with no ratcheting joints for something that was a commander class because of his trailer. That shit is just, it's inexcusable. Grimlock, when they did Studio Series 86 Grimlock, tons of ratcheting joints in that thing all the way through it. That's the way these type of figures should be done. Especially since they know these are the ones that all the fans are waiting for.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. It's a shame. So, what you just saw with the review I did, that's pretty much the similar transformation is what he's going to have to turn into this. So it's going to have a lot of the same vibe to it, Megatronus and this Megatron. But like you said, the leg color, it's they did more bluish to it in the photos that we saw. And as you can tell, the fusion cannon, they like goofed. So the back part should be shorter and the front part needs to be longer, and they reversed it here. So like Tommy and I were breaking this down recently. Like the proportions look better on him. There's a few things I think that they could have done to tweak it to make it look a little bit more like the way it's supposed to. So like the ab section is too long. That should be shorter. There's certain things that they needed to correct in order to make it better. Again, though, compared to the last one that we got, the last version of Megatron, this is, miles better in my opinion. But don't call it 86 because that's the funniest looking gun I've ever seen.
and and that was part of the reason why I mentioned the whole thing. There is no law saying that it's just it has something to do with making an accurate a scale model of a gun as a toy. And they did, it's not necessarily a law, but it's more like a suggestion, so to speak. I mean, the way it's worded, you got to read it. They don't explicitly ban toys from turning into guns or being guns. So
they want to bypass any of the Karens and stuff like that because they've had so much of that back in the 80s and 90s with all the stupid kids who were, again, what we talked about earlier, running around with plastic model guns.
I mean, just like all the dumb kids that were shooting themselves in the mouths with Battlestar Galactica missiles, so they banned off firing missiles. Real quick, I'm going to catch up on the chat. Jaws 4878, the one in Walmart they had for Jaws looked goofy.
Oh, yeah. The one I showed that time with the teeth all coming out.
Yep. The NECA Jaws game, the NECA Jaws one, it looks all right, but there's problems I heard with that too. He was saying reaction. I have my issues with reaction lately, and they're overpricing. So, I mean, I'm kind of like on the outs with a lot of reaction shit, even though I will say they did some Micronauts and they did Baron Karza, and I seen it in store and it looked amazing. And I am tempted to get it, even though reaction is getting on my nerves with their overpricing. And what's going on, Cotton, man? Good to see you. He also says he loves that Jaws, that goofy video. Hasbro, seriously, hire Tommy for your Transformers line. He will be a pain in the ass to work for, but we'll get you better products and the fans will love it. Yeah, and that's the one thing, because you're hiring somebody that is a fan and somebody's going to actually want to put some love and some detail in it. And everybody that doesn't, put me in charge of the hiring and firing. I will go down the product lines of what people worked on, which figures, and I will fire everybody accordingly. Nice. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for being here. Hope that you're enjoying it so far. So I got an old school commercial break that I want to pop out real quick. Vinny, did you have something else after that, or
there's one thing. Well, there's one thing I just saw in passing that looked pretty cool. I'll show after.
Okay. All right. Well, here goes an old school commercial break for everybody. And after that, I'm going to play one other thing for the toy break. Since I already mentioned Micronauts, yeah, you can kind of guess what's coming up. But here we go. We will be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Invert switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, Matt Tracker. It's mayhem. Battle station. Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino. Each sold separately. New from Kenner. It's Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Yeah!
Mask Boulder Hill playset with action figures, so you put it together.
Prepare for battle. This is no innocent gas station. Activate freeze rate. Nobody stops the evil jackhammer.
Vehicle sold separately with action figure.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I'll sneak in another way. Hop, hop. Sector. Surrender, prisoner.
Mask Boulder Hill playset. Vehicle sold separately. New from Kenner. An incredible secret is revealed when innocent-looking vehicles and ordinary men become an awesome fighting team. It's the secret of Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon. Piranha's getting away with the laser blueprints.
Stop them!
Condors.
Ready for takeoff.
Mask vehicles and playset each sold separately with action figures.
I'll let them off at the river.
But Gator's ready, and he never gives up.
Supply, you're through.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Wow!
Now, back to our program.
So before I play the toy break, I just want to say once again, fate is intervened. Shifty and I both couldn't remember the name of that figure. Well, there you go, the Rhino.
Nice.
I don't know how these things keep working out. They just do. It's a higher power that's controlling the pig on telling me which things I need to put on the show today. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into Shifty's favorite segment with the dancing girl at the end. But here is everybody's collectible past toy break.
Guys, welcome back for this toy break. Now, I've talked about him numerous times in the past, Microman, and of course, 1976 with Micronauts. Unfortunately, this one is not in the best of condition. There goes the bottom half of the body. It snapped right there. The metal that was in the legs right there worked just like a G.I. Joe. Had a little hook. That got snapped. The other leg is missing. But, I mean, just taking a look, this is what they were doing in 1976 with a knee bend. It had movement down here at the feet, like look at that pivot. And just a teeniest tiny amount of rock as well. But I mean, they were doing this in 76, of course, with the rubber band in there. You had plenty of waist movement. You had move out at the arms right there, spun all the way around. Of course, you had a good elbow joint right there. And here's the other thing that they were doing that nobody else was doing. Look at that. Look at the movement in the hand right there. Like, it's on a little ball. So this hand gets all kinds of movement, and they were doing this in 76. This collet right there turns as well, so you get a little bit more movement. This is an earlier one, so they didn't have quite as much head movement, but later on they did make it with a full ball in the neck before G.I. Joe ever came out and started doing it, which the original G.I. Joes in 82 just had to just side by side. But yeah, this guy had a little bit in there. He's got a ball in there. They just didn't take advantage of it and hollow out the chamber in the chest. The machine part that's on here for what's supposed to be like their motor or engine that's on their chest, this actually does come off, and there it goes. It just pops right off. And they were all like that, all those Micronauts. Guys, hope you enjoyed this toy break.
That was cool.
Yeah, man, those old 1976. I wish I knew where I put the rest of them, including some of the Micromen figures that I had from Japan as well.
Oh,
I just have not been able to locate them all. I don't know if maybe my dad crushed them or whatever, but
I don't know.
yeah, some of those clips I put in there, it cracks people up. Shifty loves the girl dancing at the end.
Those are fun. Those are great. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, there was something I saw in passing here that was I thought was pretty cool looking. So they did like an all chromed out version. This is 3.0. The Iron Man, the Mark II. Like I thought that looked pretty sharp how they did that, and he could actually get into the pose as well. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Lots of stuff to come with too, but yeah, you don't normally see like this kind of level on figures nowadays, but yeah, doing the chrome like that is that's pretty badass. So, good shit.
Yeah,
right
it looks pretty sharp. Looks pretty.
Yeah,
because
when I was looking at the Megatron, like I guess that popped up there too. So I was like, oh, nice.
I hate
cool.
this. I hate to ask, how much are they hitting for that one?
Too much. 120. And he's I think just under 7 inches. So there you go. But cool looking though. Again, we could just window shop essentially here.
Oh, there was a big news today or yesterday. CT Toys is they're putting a manufacturing plant here in the U.S. to get away from the tariffs. So if you want your bootleg X-Men figures without the high price of importing them, pretty soon you can get them for cheap again.
Oh shit!
I think that it's supposed to be in Oregon. They're going to open it up. So stay tuned.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good shit, man.
Shadowhawk Talks in the house. What's going on? Vinnie, I got boxes of 90s Toy Biz X-Men. Just shoot me a message.
Well, I actually hit up Slasher. He loves all those, the old 90s stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have that money to blow.
Figure at Walmart. I'm Jaws 1023. KB variants, lots of good stuff. Shit, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
We have a few of them here, just not as many as we used to. Just due to theft. I mean, that's part of the problem of living in Jersey. Should I go again, or did you have something else?
Well, this was something we don't normally see. This type of stuff. I also saw on Big Bad Toy Store. They got board games of Resident Evil. Look at this shit.
What?
Dude, that's wild.
Oh. Wow.
I like the pieces too here. This is specifically Resident Evil 2. That's killer.
Yeah.
And the board game, it's kind of like, it looks like it's the map of like the police station. I guess you get the different areas that you can make out of it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know they sold board games on Big Bad Toy Store.
Me neither. I just saw it in the on their main when you go to the main part. Dude, that's nice.
Huh.
Killer pieces. See, they get the heroes.
Liquor. I don't even know her.
Dude, that's great. They've got Kendo from the gun shop. That's great. So pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice to see. That's pre-order, and here's Resident Evil 3, apparently. So
that's a lot of stuff.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Oh, well, do you guys remember? And I still have it in the back. The old X-Men game that they had way out back in the day. It came with an ass load of figures too. It was something very similar to this.
Oh yeah.
I painted. I think I painted most of mine.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Dude, I love it. They got this version of them, by the way. That's cool, man.
They need to make some new Resident Evil figures. I mean, they got all these companies now.
I agree 100%, man. We need to see some really good companies jumping on those franchises. It's their big anniversary coming up. They have the 9th game. It's supposed to be the last one that wraps up the main storyline. So, yeah. So someone should be making really good figures of these things. I'm surprised they haven't yet.
No, I'm sure somebody's going to get around to it again. Yeah. I mean, we had those ones way back in the day, which I think we have just about every one from that old school collection. Those things were pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and here's we talked about it before, the Cops figures that are coming back now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people's kind of crapping on the pants because they're too. It looks like, I don't know.
They would fall off.
Yeah,
that's the original design of the character. So yeah, they could have updated that. I agree. I think if it went all the way up to proper pants, and then you take maybe a little bit more out of the chest, that would have been better. Because that design is kind of silly, but I mean it's true to what the character was, so you can't shit on it that much. Because the quality of the figures look pretty good. It's the double joints and everything, the extra parts, accessories and whatnot. And
I'm glad they're bringing it back, but I'm not paying $40 for that.
Oh, he's 40. Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. One more thing. If they supposedly moved up the release date for the Psylocke and Thanos figure from the Gamerverse line. Supposedly it's going to be hitting, the people who reserved it at Target, they're going to be getting it in mid-July. And supposedly like July 17th, it's whatever Sunday it's close to then, it's going to be hitting stores. So get up that Sunday on release date and head out, and maybe you'll be able to find one.
Oh, nice. That's a good tip, man.
I don't know what the date is. I'll have to check again. It's somewhere I think it's the 17th. I think it is. I'll have to recheck.
Hey, Shadowhawk Talks. Thanks for stopping in. You have a good night. And what's going on, Ords? Man, good to see you, Ords. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Somebody awesome. Needs his Shadowhawk Talks. Man, if I had money to be able to purchase stuff, believe me, I'd be hitting you up. But unfortunately, I'm strapped right now. I mean, it's trying to catch up from all the mess that we had. But
Shadowhawk.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
All right, we got Indy. Indy is back up on the plate again. Indy is bringing some more old school toy goodness, and then I have one more single. I have a single review on one older show off still in the bullpen, and then I want to get into talks of some of the things that Hasbro's doing, and when we were talking about the Constructicons earlier. But here we go, Indy. The archaeological pig is going to take this one away.
Welcome, one and all. I am your Professor Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective. And now, we are going to get into some toy history. On today's Toy History Lessons, I will be talking about a toy line that was not around for very long from 1987. And from Kenner Toys, we are talking about Sky Commanders. Now, the story of the Sky Commanders compromises the daily adventures of a multinational group. The line came out in early of 1987, and then they partnered up with Hanna-Barbera to create the cartoon that came out in July of 1987, and unfortunately ended in September of 1987. This toy line was in and out fairly quick. There was only about 13 episodes of the show, and there really wasn't many toys that were created for this line before it wound up folding up. Another one that who knows what...
Sky Commanders, where all the action is above the ground. Each sold separately with a figure, as Battle Track Protector sets his defense.
Battle Track locked!
High above, the evil Jackal Raider takes aim.
Sky Commander, head for cover! Launch, Jackal! Miss me, Raider! Rapid deployment, counterattack, charge!
Sky Commanders, protectors of the high frontier.
Got him! Yeah!
Battle Track Protector comes with everything seen here. Other vehicles sold separately. New from Kenner.
Thank you for joining me, Indy, on this Toy History Lesson.
That one even sound familiar?
Yeah, I remember the commercial, but I don't think we ever had those.
Wow, those are really cool toys.
Mhm.
I mean, man, I would have got all into those.
I love stuff like that too.
There was another toy line that had something similar to that. I think at one time with the zip line stuff. It might have been a GI Joe. I don't know, but that was really unique.
Yeah, there was a few toy lines that did stuff with zip lines or parachutes and everything like that, but like one that actually based pretty much almost their entire assortment of figures across zip lines was this one. So
yeah,
it was kind of unique in that aspect that like almost all their figures had that stuff because they came with those backpacks that did that. So really cool. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. I know the twins for G.I. Joe, the 2-pack they came with, they had the zip line as well.
Huh.
I remember we had like this big spool of like black yarn or whatever, and we used that. It was like a super like dense one, like it wasn't, it actually looked like an actual cord. So we had like that, and we shot it across the room like 20, 30 feet, and had the figures like zip line down. It was awesome.
Nice.
Well, Vinny, you said earlier about you doing Transformers, and I didn't. I was talking Street Fighter. Well, I would like to correct that problem with my next clip. But before we get into the newer, and it's not even all that new, it is newer. But before we get into that, let's go old school first. Let's go old school like only the pig knows how.
We are the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
We're taking a look at some of those G1 mini cars. We got Huffer, we got Gears, we got Brawn, and we got Wind Charger, all original G1s. Check them out. Let's go ahead and let's start comparing these guys next to their 1986 redesign. First up, here we go with Huffer and Pipes. And you can see that there's a lot of difference just in these cab forms. So you can see the whole front end is different. The arms, which become the smokestacks, are different. And even the back of the legs, there are changes there as well. Here we go with Huffer and Pipes fully transformed. And a lot of those differences stand out in these robot forms. There are vast differences in these two. So once again, not a remold. This is a redesign of those original bots. We go with our next two with Gears and Swerve. Once again, there are quite a few differences between these two that may not be readily apparent to the undiscerning eye. But obviously, if you look at the bodies are completely different. Look down at the legs. Even the legs, all the way down to these bottom front panels, are different. The silver part, the chromed out part, that's different as well. There are quite a few differences in these two. Go with our next two with Brawn and Outback. I am unfortunately missing Outback's gun. Here we go with Brawn and Outback. And once again, go ahead and stop that and bring them in. You're going to see quite a few changes on these molds as well. Obviously, the whole front center of the body and chest is different, including this little extra. Actually, even the top is different. It's a different size tire on there, and this one's a little bit wider to be able to accept that gun that Outback comes with. And of course, the arms are completely redesigned. Two, showing them off in their car forms. These two are the ones that are most similar in their vehicle forms, is why I'm showing them off. The only difference is in the hood. So he's got like that one thing on this side. He's got the double with the cutout in the middle. And here they go in their robot forms, and this is where these two differ the most. So once again, we're going to have stop this and bring them in. Obviously, you can see that the chest on Tailgate is much different than Wind Charger's. A complete redesign of the original chest. Even the lower chromed out leg section, it's been altered a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a tiny bit. But then there's a change in the way that the arms are designed. That's it on this one. We got all our G1 84 and 86 mini cars ready to roll out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and I've seen this one numerous times over, like Transform community, and Jaws 4878. Take care. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah,
a lot of people say it's a remold, and they do not understand what a remold is. So a remold is pretty much you're making almost zero changes, and you're just reusing the mold. So if there's minimal change, you can consider that a remold. But when you get in a complete redesigning of half the vehicle, that's no longer a remold. That's a redesign.
Yep.
Big difference, because that takes a lot more tooling time.
Oh, for sure. So,
But
it's cool to see. Yeah, they actually gave a shit. Because
did.
Hasbro today, they take those same figures and just different plastic, different paint.
Well, there'll be one coming up probably next week or whatever. I did go a little crazy shooting videos because I'm tired of being behind the 8 ball. So I got a couple that are in the works for next week, and it's going to go deal with 2 of these G1s that I just showed off here tonight. And believe it or not, you would think with the 2 characters that they would be exactly the same. They did make some changes, but like not a whole lot. I think they did a lot more changes in the G1 line. But overall, I was still pretty satisfied with both of them. Just probably not as much as I would have if they would have made more changes. But c'est la vie. That's Hasbro, man. They get lazy. But let's talk one more time about Hasbro as I get into my final segment for tonight. And let's talk about my last review of the night. And a Transformer, Vinny. Another Transformer. Yes, I didn't leave you in the lurch as being the only guy showing off Transformers. I dug into the back of some of the ones from one of the earlier lines because it got brought up recently about, why do we need the 86 line sometimes when they're doing nothing but remold from the War for Cybertron line? Well, we'll be getting into one of those War for Cybertron figures right here. One of a lot of people's favorites, even if they didn't like a lot of Autobots, they usually like Grimlock, and a lot of them either had or like this guy as well.
Welcome back with me, Dark Helmet, the Transformer and Sci-Fi Pig, as we are getting ready to look at Kingdom War for Cybertron Warpath figure. This one has been in the back for quite some time, and we are finally just getting around to taking a look at it. So there it goes with the packaging. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and take a look.
Perceptor, they don't call me Warpath because I'm gentle.
Here we go with our Warpath in a static pose on the spin dial, taking a look at him. The colors on this one are excellent. Mirrors his G1 counterpart very, very well. We probably should have had that one out for this review, shouldn't we have? But there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at him some more poses. And I was fooling you. There goes that G1 right next to him, and you can see that they match the colors on it perfectly. This one feels very much like the G1 while also capturing some of the elements that we've seen in the Sunbow cartoon. I love what they have done with this one so far. There is not a ton of hollow spaces in it either. This one looks pretty solid overall. So let's go ahead and get him in some more poses.
You'll pay for this? Oh, my head!
And here we go with our first pose, showing off all the movement, the rocks down at the feet, the knee bends, the arm bends with the twist, the movement in the shoulders, the movement at the head, and at the waist. This one does not skimp out as far as movement is concerned for such a smaller figure.
Zing! We got a zoom!
Here's another pose. He comes with a secondary piece that's part of his tank form that can act as a shield.
Guess I just boom ruined his day.
And here we go with another one with his turret extended, just like the original toy had. Very well done. I'm appreciating this.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
He looked very happy to see us.
Always DTF says his chest puts most anime women to shame.
Oh man.
But overall, once again, love the way that they matched the G1 while incorporating the animated style into this. I just love when they started the War for Cybertron line. It's really when they started kind of going back to the grassroots of what some of the earlier G1 figures looked like, man. And like 90% of those figures were excellent. Of course, there was always QC problems with a lot of them, and it's still something that Hasbro suffers with to this day. But I think what they did as far as moving the line forward and giving us stuff that we wouldn't have dreamed that we'd finally be getting, I think they did an excellent job. And this one is another one I think he's a standout as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think I might have had a G1 figure because the color scheme is really memorable. I think I may have had it. I probably bought it at a flea market or something, second hand. But I didn't have many Transformers. But yeah, I recognize that one.
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of people either liked that character or they had that figure. It seemed to be one of the ones that always would turn up in somebody's collection somehow or some way.
Yeah.
So. But I'm going to go ahead and play the second part and get into the rest of this figure, and then we can go final thoughts on it. And then we're going to, we'll start taking a look at some of the other things that Hasbro's doing as well as what some other companies may have coming out. So here we go with the second half of Warpath.
We now return to the Transformers.
Zap! How big a path you want? Bam!
And here we go, finally, in his tank form. This tank form looks really good. The only thing I would say is it does look like the turret kind of sits up a little bit more than it should. It looks like it should go down flatter, but it just doesn't. But overall, it looks damn good. A little bit of a departure from the original one, but you got movement right there in the top of the turret, as well as the barrel itself that moves up as well. Very well done. I love the way that this one looks. So let's go ahead and compare it next to the G1 version. Very similar. Of course, the original one was very narrow, especially for a tank. I think they captured it fairly well. It looks very good. And here we go with his final pose, and we're going to run down our final thoughts on this Warpath figure from the War for Cybertron Kingdom line. Overall, this one is really good. There are a few points in the transformation that are a bit of a pain in the ass to be able to pull off, but overall, this thing looks great. Everything that you would hope that would be included with this Warpath figure is there. Tons of articulation. There's one joint that's a little bit on the sloppy side. It shouldn't happen brand new out of the packaging, even though it's been sitting in the back for a while, and this is a little bit of an older figure. This is the first time that this thing was out of the box. That shouldn't happen. That is one of the few small takeaways from this figure. Otherwise, everything else about this thing is excellent. Everything ports in when you finally manage to get it ported in. Everything ports in securely, and the figure has tons of articulation and the likeness not only to the cartoon, but also, of course, its G1 counterpart are present on this figure. We give this one a 9 out of 10.
All right!
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Got a lot of tanks tonight.
Yeah, man. But thank you very much. Overall, I thought he was pretty decent, though. I enjoyed it. It is another one like the 2 full reviews in a row where they were good numbers, and I wasn't disappointed. I mean, he had one leg that was a little bit on the loose side, and it's the same type of joint that I am sure that Megatronus has, and I know for a fact that the Megatron has. And those turn joints, they always tend to wear out and they get sloppy really quick because it's the same thing that the Prime one had. And it slopped up after like 2 transformations. So beyond that, though, I mean, everything else, there wasn't a lot of hollow spots in this damn thing. And all the movement you would expect it, and including that barrel extending or porting in if you so wanted to. Awesome. I just thought it was just an overall great job. And in fact, that they matched up the colors so well.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate to the cartoon.
Yeah, man. Another one, very happy about it. I hope you guys all out there enjoyed that. A little bit of Transformer love. It gets 9 pigs out of 10, and 10 dragons, 10 ducks, 10 goats, and 10 chickens. That's right. We are back with animal trading again because we've hit some good marks on tonight's show. But yeah, we still got a few more things to talk about. So we started talking about it earlier. So they finally just released these, I believe it was yesterday on Pulse. Scavenger and Mixmaster going up. And Vinnie, I don't know if you want to actually pop open the website in a moment for those two guys. But we have them. And here's one other thing before you pop that open that I wanted to talk about. And when I said the G1, already say Studio Series 86 Grimlock, the first version. If you had one and you wanted to sell it, your time is over. Hasbro is re-releasing it. So anybody had any hopes of making money on that figure, you can kiss it goodbye.
Oh, shit.
That's the same thing that happened to the Kingdom Optimus Prime. You know, when they re-released the Kingdom Optimus Prime, the values on all the older ones that people had, including myself, because I had to try to sell a few off that I had extras of, and yeah, it wasn't worth nowhere near what it used to be because, well, it got re-released at $55. So this guy was selling for close to $300. Now he's back out for $55. So anybody was selling it, guess what? The good times are over.
Yeah, they're dicks. they really are. But I mean, I don't know. I know fans have been screaming though, so you can't really blame them either. I'm glad they are listening at least to give people a chance to get, you know, one of the coolest Dinobots. But yeah, there's Mixmaster. That's what he looks like. But
he looks really good too.
Yeah, he does. He really does. And I like to the I don't know why they don't have the back shot, but the mixer is up higher, like it's supposed to be, like in the cartoon. So like, yeah, they went more accurate for sure to the 86 one. So I'm glad they did. But yeah, like look at this. Like they extend the package. You can see more empty space in here. You know, it's like, oh, you fucking sons of bitches. Like,
yeah, just so they could charge $35. Like these things should all been at the deluxe level. I mean,
yeah, they should have been. And if you wanted to have your big money that you want to milk the fans on, you do it with the 2-pack with the, you know, the main body to Devastator, which is Hook and Long Haul. If you want to do that, I get it. But yeah, the 2 legs did not belong in the $35 price range. Bastards. Yeah, so that's what they got there. And yeah, here is Scavenger, which...
the only thing I don't like about is the groin area looks exceptionally long. It looks longer than even the original figure because I have the original figure and I don't recall it looking that long. That's the only takeaway. I think the rest of the body on them looks pretty good. It's just that elongated like diaper groin.
Yeah, the waist down looks weird. So yeah, this is the right arm. But here's the thing for those who, again, it depends on you know what you want to do. But because of the way that they did the engineering on the legs, you could actually get 2 bone crushers, and that could double for both the right and left arm. So I've seen that online already, and there's no modifications or nothing. You just pop it in the other way. So if you wanted to do that, and he looks more symmetrical, or because the cartoon itself, like they didn't really have the hook part in a lot of the scenes, so it looked like it was more streamlined. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. But yeah, I'm glad they're finally releasing these fuckers though.
They you know, overall though, I'd still like to get the entire set. I like what they're doing with it. So
yeah, no, I agree, and yeah, he is a cheaper price. So again. Deluxe.
Oh, so they did put him at deluxe. Good. At least they put another one at deluxe, like they should.
Yeah, because Bone Crusher and him, they're both deluxe because there's the left and the right arm. So makes sense.
Soul Assassin, that is 100% you. There's a quota agreement that the boxes have to be a certain amount of space so they can charge what they want. Yeah, they do it all the damn time.
Yep,
they do it all the time.
I learned that at McFarlane as well when they started doing those bigger figures and stuff.
Well, I give you another example. So there was the G2 Dinobot Grimlock that they had released, and Vinnie had seen it in store. and he thought for sure it was a smaller figure. And the way they make it look on their site, they try to act like it's a smaller figure. I seen it in person. It's the same damn size figure. They just put him in a smaller box, but they still charge the $55 price tag.
Yep. And don't forget, we can't forget this one, Tommy. Speaking of Grimlock, here is the Godzilla one that they did. That this guy's going for $70.
I'm
now
sorry. It's not worth it.
No, it's not. It's just Grimlock with a new head and a different paint job, a different blast effect rather. Yeah. So
there was so much more they could have done.
Oh, for sure. They went super lazy. And this is just another effect that they used from like 4 or 5 different figures.
Yeah, Jetfire had that exact same.
Yeah, Jetfire. What's his face? 86. What the fuck's his name again? The one who took over after Optimus. He gave him the Matrix. Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus. Yeah.
Ultra Magnus had the same thing as well. Just it was a different color. It was orange and yellow instead of blue. So yeah, that's Hasbro. You know.
They should have just did a complete redesign, created something unique, but they wanted to skimp out. I mean, they're doing the same thing with the Kong. They're just taking Optimus Primal and just changing the colors on just ever so slightly to give a Kong figure, and like that's just lazy. Just create a brand new toy. I mean, they did the same thing with some of the Universal monsters. Some of them worked and some of them didn't. Like when they reused Mind Wipe to make the Dracula one. And they didn't fix the mold. They didn't do anything. So what happens? When I got it and I took it out to review it, the thing was falling all over the place because the leg joints were so sloppy because they didn't fix the mold from the Mind Wipe figure. Just laziness.
Wow. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no difference. Paint job, fire effects, and the Megatron head. That's about it. That's about it.
Here, I also stumble upon Catzilla. And he's got the effect. Oh shit!
What is that?
It's Catzilla.
For what?
I don't know. Some Japanese import shit. This thing, wait, you can see the size of it. Guess how much this thing's going for?
$120.
I'd say. I was going to say 60.
You got 60. What did you say, Shifty?
120.
120. I think Tommy was closer because he didn't go over 85. Wow. 85 for that.
Wow.
It's under 5 inches.
Oh, there's a joke here somewhere, but wow.
Here for a fat, stubby little orange.
$1, Bob.
Dude, these people are crazy.
Yeah, 80. Speaking of monsters, shout out to Trina. So talking about horror films on Horror with Nad's channel. Well,
oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I know she's got a once a month thing over there. She said she was done with them.
Once a month.
You had to throw that in there. $85 paperweight.
Yeah, right.
It is highway robbery, but unfortunately, that's what you get a lot of those imports like that. They've always overcharged for those things. Like I talk about the SH Monster Art stuff. When they first started putting them out, they were semi-reasonable, and then the prices just skyrocketed from there. And what's going on, Ancient One, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
What's up? Yeah. And speaking of other things that are overpriced, so Todd, apparently these are out now. I saw someone do a review on it. Here is the figure that I designed almost 20-something years, 24 years ago. The Blood Axe spawn. So I saw someone.
We almost had a Tord-free show.
Almost. But yeah, I just want to say, for if you guys are looking for it, they re-released him. So I was correct. They did update the joints on it, but not all of them. So he's got ball jointed shoulders now because the original figure, they did some stupid hint. The sculptors did something really dumb, but that's because Todd wanted a different articulation. So they actually gave him shoulders now, but no bicep cuts. And I think he just has he has the same sliding joint for the elbow. So it's not you can't bend it. It's just when you turn it like on an angle, like they did stupid shit. He does have a new hip area as well, so it's closer to like the regular DC figures. The one good thing I'll say is that they gave him 2 ball joints in his chest and in the lower area. So that's the one thing I'll say that's better for sure. But this is a super, super dated figure. So I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Even like the wrist joints, these are regular mushroom pegs. They're not even proper wrist joints. Like if you're going to update the figure, update them all the way. Nope.
Yeah. So
they half-assed it. And this horse isn't even the horse that I originally designed. This is a reuse one they used for the Dark Knight. The Build-A-Wave stuff, it was all in different pieces. And get this, for the price that he put on this, $70+, it has the Batman logo on the saddle.
What?
Yep, the Dark Knight. There is the Batman logo they said that's on the saddle. So he insulted the shit out of his fans and his consumers.
Well, I guess I got to change that banner. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I still need two pieces to complete that horse from the Dark Knight.
Wow. Crazy, man.
Laziness.
It is lazy. I mean,
what's that?
You think all the figures? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You would think all them Spawn figures that look real cool. I mean, they look awesome. You think they would be at least as posable as the Multiverse figures? That Raven Spawn that I picked up on clearance at Target, which is still available on Target.com. It's a remake of the old figure. It looks awesome, but it has like really terrible posability. It's just, and it can't even stand up.
Yep,
it can't even stand up.
Yep, I bought him on clearance as well around the time he came out. He went on clearance real quick. I got it for like I think $11 or $12. That Raven Spawn. It did look great. They had the Redeemer as well, but that looked even more statue-like than figure, so I didn't even bother with him.
Why did they even put like any posability in it at all if you're just going to half-ass it like that? Just make it a statue. Yeah. I mean, you can't do anything with it.
Nope. You really can't. That's Tord. Yeah, I was bummed too, because had they done that Spawn better, I would have probably picked them up because that's my design. You know, I don't want that thing now. I think the older one's still better. There's more posability in the old one than there is with this one.
Just nuts. So I also did see that they're continuing with some of those older wave of figures that they're getting ready to release. So bear with me here a second. I'm horrible at this because my computer's so slow. But they got their RoboForce Wave 2 coming out.
Okay.
Oh.
So they look pretty decent. I like the way
I didn't know they did that well. I didn't know they did that well that they were greenlighting.
Well, Nacelle has the cartoon too. They have the cartoon out on Tubi.
Oh, that's right. So you were telling them.
Yeah, they're moving ahead with a lot of stuff. They got Power Lords that's coming up, and Biker Mice from Mars, which they got Limburger coming out for that one.
The comic books just came out. Someone told me that recently. I guess this week, Biker Mice from Mars #1 just came out. So yeah, they're going all in on everything apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're doing comics for Power Lords and everything too. I think they're giving the classic treatment. They're re-releasing these guys again. The sketch action figures.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they're going to re-release them again. They're re-releasing the 40th Voltron. Like some of this stuff is older.
Mm-hmm.
Dino Squish. I guess that was it on that site.
Cool.
But I was hoping to see a few more things from the cell since they picked up a few more lines. I mean, they're really going all out to try to revive some of them older lines, and that's awesome. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the mask because that's coming out sometime this year or sometime really soon, I think, too.
I think so.
Pre-order.
That was another reason why I decided to grab the mask commercial next week.
I think the pre-orders for T-Bob and the Rhino are like next week. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Biker Mike from Mars thought there was at least 3 issues of that. I'm not sure. I like I said, I know Nacelle went all out with everything they're doing. They're going to blitz everything the way it should be done. Like if you want to promote a line and get people interested, yeah, you got to hit the comics, hit the freaking cartoons, and do everything you can to promote it. Like get it on freaking. Well, I mean now everything's with streaming, so hit those commercials for those things. Just imagine if toy companies took advantage of the streaming services with all the commercials that are out there and actually put commercials out there again to get people excited for their lines of figures. I mean that's the way you're going to get eyeballs on this shit.
For sure.
Why they're not taking advantage of it sitting right there in front of them is beyond me.
Yeah. Don't be retarded, companies. Do it right.
Yeah, man. But that is literally all I had. Do either one of you gentlemen have anything else?
Nope.
I'm tapped.
Nope. We're all tapped out for the night. Okay, we're going to head around and let everybody say their piece on the final outing. I'd like to thank Slasher and Adam for both stopping in. I'm sorry you guys couldn't stay the whole show, but it is what it is. But thank you for being here anyway. So let's hand it over to...
Hey, I'm stuck! I can't transform! Oh! Thanks! I think.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I was late. Had some Thunder Boomers come in the area, and it is what it is. Had fun though. Talking about the toys tonight. Tomorrow night on Austinator, the Austinators channel here on YouTube. It's going to be him and me and Chris Knight, maybe a couple other people. We're going to be discussing the original Alien movie. We're starting up the review series where we go through the entire Alien movie series up until August 12th when Alien Earth debuts on FX and Hulu. Looking forward to that. And on Sunday, hey, it's on Hanstar's channel. It's on the Real Review 3000's channel. It's on Chaos Central. It's Jackbox Fun Night, where we all get together and play Jackbox games. So if you want to play, just come on over and we'll get you in. It's a good old time every week. So that's about it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Shifty. Thank you. Always a pleasure, sir. And thank you for always being part of this, man. It is greatly appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And now we're going to throw it on over.
Ascending fools! There's no escape!
Hello, everyone. Tune in tomorrow. We should be talking about some crazy stuff over my channel, Vinnie Art on YouTube. We'll hit some topical things, and then later in the evening, we're going to be doing John Wick 3 watch party. Join me, Slasher, Adam, Tina, and Chris. I don't know if anyone else is going to be popping in, but 3 is an awesome one. We get some more lore in there, and that's the one that kind of introduces the ballerina segment to the John Wick universe. So come hang out with us, watch an awesome kick-ass movie and bodies just falling everywhere. It's going to be a good time. And then back on my channel on Sunday for the Dexter season 3. We are near the end. We're on, I think, episodes 9 and 10. So come hang out and watch what's his name, Miguel Prado, murder people as well. So it's a good time. It's a character on this show, Jimmy Smits. There you go.
And don't forget, check out Vinnie Art's books. Check out our buddy Chris Fisk as well.
That's right. Yeah, buy our books. By the way, folks, I just finished the pencils and inks for City of Venus 2. So I'm back to painting. So City of Venus 2 is going to be coming at you soon. So, keep your eyes peeled. I'll try to get more updates soon. But, thank you, everybody.
Awesome. And, of course, there's only one last sucker that's got to go, and that'd be me.
Not bad for an old-timer. Old-timer.
Yeah, it is I. It is the pig. That guys, thank you all for being here. You could have spent your time anywhere, but you chose to spend it here with us, and it is greatly appreciated. Hope that you had as much fun as we did being able to put this show on for you and for ourselves. We get a kick out of this every single week. Some weeks is a little bit harder to get through because of everything that all of us are going through, and we completely understand. It does get rough for a lot of us out there, but we do these to put a smile back on our face and have some fun, talk about some stuff that we enjoy, just kick back and relax and just let the good times roll. But right. Thank you for being here. As far as what I'm doing, I'm still recovering from a lot of damn injuries, so I can't do quite as many shows as I want to. I have been putting up a few videos here or there, and I'm going to try to stick with that as best I can and get everything going. And then, of course, always preparing for this show because the heart and soul of everything I do, it usually starts off with this show. Usually it's 3 to 4 days worth of prep time to get this show going. So we always do hope that everybody has the best time on here, and we always try to put our best foot forward. So thanks, Chaos. Appreciate that. I always take care of the pigs, man. Always. Pigs are going to be yelling at me in a couple of minutes anyway. It'd be time to feed again at the stew. And they put in a lot of work behind the scenes as well. Don't let them fool you. Their camera time is not limited to just that. But thank you all for being here. We hope that you have a good one. Remember to check everybody's channel out. Go ahead and subscribe. It's not going to hurt you, but it's definitely going to help us as far as the games that YouTube plays. And we will catch you next time. Take care, everyone.
Peace.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.